honey, me and my son come up with this tiramisu cake. Woo, it is good. So come go with me and let's make it. That's good. Y'all, my son, he loves tiramisu, so I'm gonna make him a tiramisu cake. So let's get started. Now, honey, I already baked my cake in sake of time, but baby, I about burn it, but he'll never know once it's all finished. I just went on and I used a yellow cake mix, and the only thing I did different, it calls for a cup of water, but I did a cup of milk, and I did add a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring to this. And I just mixed it up and cooked it in the oven for about 25 minutes. So now what I've done, I let this cake cool about 10 to 15 minutes. And now I'm just gonna poke some holes in the top of this, because we're gonna make this be like a little soap cake. With this is going to be the yummy part that we're going to pour over that cake. Now in this, honey, it is an espresso, and instead of brewing my own, I went the easy, fast way, and I did the instant. And what you do, you're just going to follow the direction on this and add enough water to make you a cup and a half of espresso. And now what you'll need to do is let this cool, honey, before you add the rest of the ingredients. All right, now with the other ingredients, let me make sure I get this right. It's called Kahlua rum and coffee liqueur is what we're gonna put in this. And then we're gonna put us some condensed sweet milk in this. In that we're gonna put, I guess we'll put about 2 tablespoons in this espresso. And then next, we're going to add us some condensed milk in it. But what we're going to put is 1/4 of a cup. It ain't going to pour, so let me, yep, here it comes, I think. No, let me get me a spoon, honey, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Honey, them things don't like to pour for me. But we'll get it out with a spoon, won't we? Might not want to come off the spoon. All right, we gave us 1/4 of a cup, and we made it pretty full. Just gonna pour that right on over in there. And now what we're gonna do is just mix that up. All right, honey, let me tell you what I did now. Instead of 1/4 of a cup of the sweetened condensed milk, I put me 1/2 a cup in it to add a little bit more sweetness, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour this right on over in here and soak that cake with this good yummy stuff. Gonna let that cake just soak up all that good yummy stuff. We may not want the kids to eat a lot of this, or they might get too hyper for us with this espresso. All right, now what we've done is we've soaked that cake with this, honey, and now we're gonna put it in the refrigerator, and it does need to stay in the refrigerator for about 2.5 to more hours than that, so that it'll be good and soaked up with this yummy sauce. And then we'll move to the next step, because honey, the hardest thing about this cake is letting it stay in the refrigerator before you can eat it. So let's get it in the refrigerator. Now that we got that cake in the refrigerator for a few hours, now we're gonna get started on the topping. Now in this bowl, I put 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna beat this with the mixer until it gets to like a soft peak. Now when I get through mixing it, I'll come back and show you what it should look like. All right, we got it all whipped up, and this is the way you're gonna want it to look, okay? And now we're gonna add some more yummy stuff to it. All right, in another bowl, we're gonna add this mascarpone. Honey, I can't say it, but I'm gonna show you the name of it. But that's what it is, and it's gonna make it yummy. And just flop it right on over in this bowl. There is a few little processes to this little cake here, but honey, it's gonna be worth it. But it's not hard though. I don't like all that hard stuff. All right, now let's go get the other stuff that goes in it. Now we're gonna add us 1/3 cup of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. What better way to measure it? You ain't gotta mess up the spoon, just do it with a cap. Now we're gonna add us about 1/2 teaspoon of just instant coffee mix. But now if you want to add espresso, you can do the same thing, 1/2 little teaspoon. 1/3 cup of cocoa powder, but make sure it's unsweetened, baby. Now just pour that right on over in there, and now we're gonna mix this yummy stuff up. All right, now baby, we're gonna come to this next little step. We're gonna add that little whipping cream that we fluffed up. We're gonna put it right over in this, and we're just gonna fold that all in together. All right, now baby, remember I said fold this in because we don't want to whip this up, you know, real strong, because it'll break down that whipping cream and it'll make it too runny to go on that top of that cake. So let's just fold it in, okay? Now, honey, I had to add another tablespoon of confectionery sugar to this little icing I'm whipping up because my son, he tasted it. He said, Mama, that ain't sweet enough. So I added some more because, you know, I'm not a big coffee drinker, so I couldn't really tell how this icing was going to be for them, but he wanted some more sugar, so we put some more. So you taste it and see if you need some more in yours, though. And I'm fixing to ice that cake, honey, and I'm going to show you the finished product. Okay, honey, we flopped that icing on here. Now we're just going to spread it out. All right, honey, we got it all frosted. Now, you need to put it in the refrigerator after you put this little topping on it for about 2 more hours. But I can't wait. I'm going to taste this. And here's the real test because Nanny Shell don't like coffee at all. So let me taste this. It's a pretty big bite, isn't it? That's some good. Y'all got to try this. Honey, like I told you, the hardest thing is to putting it in the refrigerator and waiting. But y'all go make one and make memories and smile because God sure does love you and He's got this baby.